Aquarius, I'm Leona Nicole Black, and this is your general tarot reading for May. Your cards are out. What's really beautiful is they came out in series of 4, so I feel like the message is so much to do with your foundations and what you're building. And also 4 really represents home in astrology. The 4th house represents our home, our roots, our foundations. And like, as soon as I looked at your cards, the first thing I wanted to say to you is come home, Aquarius. Come home, loves. You've got straight out, very first card, 4 of Wands here, upright. This is really beautiful. I was describing this card to Capricorn because I just did their reading, and I was talking about it not having to be a physical home, but it represents an energetic home, something that you create that is collaboratively good for you, that is there's synchronicity between you and the people there. It's your soul family. It's the home that you create with your soul family, that you create with people that you have strong loving connections with. It's a strong foundation for what you want to create and build. It's a space where you can receive, hopefully it's not too windy, a space where you can receive spiritual communication and spiritual wisdom and clarity. It's just the right home for your soul and your spirit. And that's what you need to come home to. That's where you need to allow yourself to rest in, because you've got the 10 of Wands in reverse, and it just says you've been doing things the hard way. You've been going a long way about it. You've been taking all the responsibility on yourself. You've been shouldering either a lot of blame or a lot of responsibility, trying to make things work, grafting, putting all of your effort and your energy in. And babes, Aquarius, it's not the way. You need to drop at least 1 wand, because it comes down to the 9 of Wands here, and this is a call for you to slow down, for you to stop right now, for you to not overextend yourself in this moment. And the 9 of Wands is also asking you to rehabilitate your wounds, to rehabilitate the parts of you that are hurting. Don't just keep persevering through the pain. You have the ability to be logical and rational through even intense emotion. You'll sweep that away, but it's asking you to correct the flow of your fire energy, bring it back into balance, bring it back into order. And that requires you to unstop the places where you've blocked things, where you've literally put a corkscrew in your heart. And you can do that this month through the use of the Four of Swords. So much 4 energy. Like I said, you've got a series of 4 cards. Started with a 4, we've got 4 in the ending of this first row. It's a really important energy for you. 4 of Swords is asking you to give yourself the peace. It's like the scripture, the biblical scripture that says the peace that surpasses all understanding. It's like to give yourself the peace that comes from mental rest, but also from spiritual clarity. And the way towards spiritual clarity at the moment isn't actually like seeking and grasping and questioning. It's really, I can't put it any other way than resting. You need to take a minute. Just be. You need to find that feeling that you get when you are at home. Because it's interesting that I mentioned Capricorn, because the Devil card is here, which is Capricorn energy. So some of you are dealing with Capricorns, or it's the energy of work, duty, responsibility and obligation. You're feeling the pressure, Aquarius. You're feeling like things are unrelenting. You're feeling the demands on you right now. You may even be feeling some fears cropping up. It could also be like the fears you're feeling could be either really irrational or small, as in maybe it comes up at night, maybe you're having bad dreams, maybe you've just got anxiety when you go outside. Like, it's not necessarily, oh, it's a beautiful little sparrow, it's not necessarily blocking you from complete movement. Let the siren pass. It's not necessarily blocking you from movement altogether and what you need to do, but it is, I just looked and it was 4 as well, and in the minutes, it's blocking you from being fully energized from putting all of your effort somewhere, because something, it's like, you know, when you have a niggling feeling that something's wrong, that's what the devil energy is like. It's just something that is a little difficult for you in the midst of it. Now you have the Seven of Wands and this, sorry, Seven of Cups, and this is about you not really being fully able to decide what path to choose. That is the space of emotional fulfillment, peaceful emotions. I feel like you want to get to a state where you can rest and enjoy, but you don't really know which path to choose that brings you that, what brings you that contentment, what brings you that fulfillment, what brings you that peace, what brings you that emotional order. The reason you don't know though is because you do tend to shut your emotions down, so you don't leave them open enough to flow, to flow towards the right thing, to guide you in the way that, you know, water moves. And so you end up with the clouds in that card. It represents the air sign energy. You end up confused because your logic can't make sense of what you feel, because you won't feel. So you need to feel this month, Aquarius, and you need to allow, you don't need to be overwhelmed by emotion, but you need to open those gates a bit more and hold. You are the water bearer. Hold space for what you feel and take the information from the emotions, okay? There's lessons and there's wisdom in it. Take the information from those feelings. You've got the Hierophant card in reverse here. This is saying that you're lacking faith, Aquarius. Some of the things you're not doing, actions you're not taking, movements you're not making, things that you don't believe can happen for you, things that you don't believe can work. It's all a lack of faith, and you need to increase your faith this month. You need to, you know, the biblical scriptures, like if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, which is really tiny, you can move mountains. So you don't need to be all full of faith, and like, you just need a little bit more than what you currently got, okay? So whatever level of faith you can increase to, whatever hope you can muster up, do that, you know, lift. Because the faith is going to help you move out of this Two of Swords energy, which is here in reverse, which is saying like indecision, confusion, mental blocks, a white butterfly there, mental blocks, irrationality, just being stuck, an impasse in your mind. It's saying to you really to have faith, because, you know, I'm just full of quote in the Bible right now. It's fine. There's a biblical scripture that says faith is the substance of things not seen, the evidence of things hoped for. And what that means is that you're struggling because you can't see a logical path forward, you can't compute what happens next, but faith is the form. It's what makes that path seen when it's unseen. It's what makes it materialize. Faith is what gives you the evidence that the thing that you hope for can happen. And it is evidence. It's like the reason you're not hoping because you feel like you don't have the proof it can work, but faith gives you the proof. It is a substitute for that proof. So increase your faith. Now you've got the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands together, both in reverse. This is a lot of passion. For many of you, this is about a relationship. I'll read it in two ways. So some of you, this really is about a relationship. For others, it's about magnetizing the right experiences into your life. For those of you, it's about, you know, this is a relationship for you, that there is someone you feel really passionately about, and that the connection between you is very passionate and it's very sexual as well. With the King and Queen of Wands, they want to knock boots, okay? And not only do that, it's part of the reason that they are so sexual. They are so spiritual too, and so it's like this pure spiritual energy that wants this deep merge and wants this fiery, passionate merge here. But it's got the Six of Cups in reverse, which is that this is normally a nostalgic card. It can be a card about kind of soulmate energy or reunion. It's like it's not flowing together because of the emotional blocks, right? This is a water element. The flow, the peacefulness, the love, the friendly connection that would be present here is being stopped, blocked up because of these emotional blocks, there's emotional confusion on your part particularly. you need to let this fire be what it is. You need to let this passion be what it is, even if you don't act on it, Aquarius. I'm not saying that it means you need to run to somebody and, you know, take them to bed. The word that actually came to my mind was fuck them. But we're in part 2 because I've run on a bit, sorry. But you need to allow what is true for you, which is the fire and the passion, to exist and for it to be true. And you have the King of Pentacles here in reverse, and it's the block. It's what you need to embody. So for those of you for whom it's not about a relationship, it's also about being in that kind of energy that manifests and calls the right situations, the right business partners, the things that you're wanting to bring into your life. But you need to admit you are passionate and you want those things. Now the King of Pentacles says that the block is material. It's also Taurus energy, so it can be about, like I said, not having faith in the physical materialization of the things that are passionately within. But I pulled a last card as a clarifier, and you got the Nine of Pentacles, and the message here is that really you can create this. You can create the physical embodiment, the stability of this relationship or these situations. You can see this happen and see it be flourishing. And with the King of Pentacles energy, this is long standing. This is a trustworthy kind of situation. But the way to do it is with the Nine of Pentacles here. This is really Venus in Virgo. You need to believe you're worthy of it, and that's part of the block. You don't really think you're worthy of receiving this love. You don't think you're worthy of embodying and being in this home. You don't think you're worthy of experiencing the abundance that this connection brings. And so that's what you need to work on, Aquarius, allowing yourself to believe that you are deserving and to take the faith in that, in your deservedness, to move forward and go for what you want and come home to what you want. So Aquarius, if you need a personal reading because you want to discuss this more fully, it's nicoleblack.com/shop. And if not, then I will see you next month. Hopefully you'll be watching this from your energetic home, from those spaces where you've reached out to people or, you know, created in that space, and new scenarios that are healthy and of the highest vibration for you. I love you. Take care.